Hello and welcome to the wrap-up of Dark Souls. We're tying up all the loose ends here. And we will not have Agnew because he is impatient. And we will not see him until the final boss fight. So let's just talk to Sigmar here.
What's on you? Fantastic. Thank you. A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation. Well, our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn. Like quicksand.
Anyway, I forgot to give that guy the poison moss last time. And now I've wrapped up that loose end, and with that he should move on to his next area in the game. Oh cool! That set's over here. Kirk's armor. Now Kirk's another one of those characters you can blah 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 interpretation. And since I've foregone all sort of any effort to actually go in depth in the game up to now, I'm not going to break my losing streak. You get what I'm saying? I like this elevator though. It's a very convenient little thing. Oh yeah, and I'm hollow to make sure I don't get invaded while I'm trying to do my last business. Because that would be a real shitty deal. Am I recording right now? Okay. Now, two quest lines either end here or continue elsewhere. That is Solaire's and Mr. Onion Knight's. Now what I'm saying is that our next interaction with Sigmar could go one of 2 or 3 ways. One, since I don't have a ranged weapon, Sigmar could die. And that won't be good. I'll explain that further when we get there. 2, if he loses 50% health in the next encounter, or more than 50% rather, he will succumb to his wounds and perish as well. But you'll still get to talk to him afterwards. And 3, you can help him defeat his final foes. And I'll go more in depth into that as well when I get there. And if he doesn't lose 50% of health, if he loses less than 50%, he will be peachy fine and okay. And he'll move on to the next area in the game. Which will be very convenient for me, because that's where I want him to be. Because I'm going to that area in this part anyway. So it'd best be what happens. Sigmar, you'd best be on your best behavior. I've said best so many times in these last 2 sentences, I'm going to stop now. What is with all these archery routes? I mean, I get it, we're next to the Greylands, but... I mean, look. How'd that hole get there anyway? This area is just confusing to me. Oh shit, I don't have the lava ring on. Fuck, I just lost all those 300,000 souls. It's good I don't need souls anymore. Seriously, I've got 400,000 sitting in my pocket if I actually need to buy something. Which I won't. I'm just gonna throw that out there. My tummy's getting all... my chest is all sticky. If I were a woman, this would be a very unpleasant situation indeed. Like the whole spilling and the... Why the hell didn't I... Oh, right, I had to walk through the... Oh... Okay. Sieglind and Sigmar are good characters. I'm going to talk about Sigmar while I'm on the way to finishing up Solaire. Okay, in case you haven't been paying attention, Sigmar's whole thing throughout the game is that he is an adventurer. He's undead, sure, but he's not in for it, like, to cure the curse, or to link the fire, or whatever. He just wants one good quest to go on. He just wants an adventure. And he keeps running up against these obstacles, like Set the Door to Sen's Fortress, I didn't show him there because I keep forgetting. Well, I kept forgetting, rather. The boulder, the knights in Anor Londo, keeps coming up against these obstacles that he just wants to sit down and solve. And by the time he finally comes up with a solution, we've usually already acted and finished the thing, and finished whatever he was going after. So he's only been able to continue these adventures because of us. And that doesn't really make him much of a big hero, much of a real adventurer, as it were. And so he keeps getting disappointed at every angle, because he's not the one doing the big thing. He's not the one saving the world. He's just, wandering around, letting us solve his problems for him. And that is not okay for Sigmar. He wants to be the hero, and Sieglind, his daughter, has come looking for him, to give him her mother's last words. Which I think may have been, I want a divorce. I'm kidding there. I'm pretty sure it was something nice. Like, don't worry, even though you were never around, I'd still care about you, blah blah blah. Something like that. It would have been real funny if it was something really shitty. Because, no, I haven't talked to Sieglind. Where the hell do I find her next? I should look that up before I do anything else. Oh shit, there's an enemy. Hold on. Let me just Google her again. Google. Sieglind. Sieglind of Katarina. Fairly trying if you help Oh, okay. So apparently I have accidentally done a spoiler because I wasn't paying attention to her dialogue earlier because I was trying to talk to Tyler. She has not even revealed that bit of information yet, I'm sorry. But I know that she does, because, like I said, I watched ahead of it. But I didn't actually look at any of the levels so that Tyler could still feel a bit useful. Like I said, I'll give you the information for the playthrough I watched at the end of this one. Because if you want to know about Dark Souls, there's a guy for it. And he's not me. Just put it through there. Nor Tyler. Nor is he Tyler. I know a bit more than Tyler does, because he doesn't look around very much. He just plays through the game, new game plus 10, new game plus 20, new game plus 30. Yeah. I like to explore and look at things. He just sort of rams through each area because he already did that. Unfortunately, that means that he's lost a lot of the impact of the areas, and he hasn't really learned very much after each successive time. But that's that. He has gotten very good at the game, though. And if my build wasn't default just better than his, he would probably have beaten me in that whole duel we had. Like, if I hadn't built my man better, then he would have probably beaten me several times by now. But in a fair fight between me and all of my equipment and him and all of his, I've always won. Well, he also probably doesn't know as much as I do because he doesn't, look up the stuff. He doesn't really care to. So, that could be a thing. Which is weird, because he looked up all of those fan theories. Oh well. Like, the theories that he's made on his own, I highly doubt are his own, even though they might be, because his imagination is a bit out there. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's weird. He draws weird inferences, sometimes. Which I think may have just been from weird fan theories, because I know there are a lot of those. I just don't know exactly what they are. Because a lot of them are just, speculation and the they're really more fan hypotheses when you take the scientific definition of both of those words. Like, a theory is only something that's been proven by peer review and whatnot. And evidence. It's hypotheses. But anyway, he trusts these weird hypotheses that he finds that he seems to have found. Well, no, I got my thoughts messed up. He finds these weird hypotheses on the interwebs, and then he just listens to them. He's like, "Yep, that's probably what it is." And a lot of those fan hypotheses make really weird logic leaps from one place to another. Like that whole thing he said about Pinwheel. Like, that's the one theory of his that I've heard, other than Guinevere is real. That one was, you know... Even though the game says 1 billion times that those aren't real. Boob joke. Anyway. Like the thing with Pinwheel. Oh, he was daddy and the house burned down. Burned? What? Yeah, just look around the room. But there are skeletons around the room. All that proves to me is that he was a necromancer. That's all I think he was. I think he was... Like, there's another group in the game that we didn't go very much into because I didn't read item descriptions. You know the Dark Upgrade path? Yeah, Tyler, if you're watching this, there is this group called the Occult that went out to fight the Gads. And, it's often postulated that that Havel might have been part of this cult. Well, the Occult, rather. And the servants of the Occult also wanted to steal the power of Gravelord Nito, which was not Kindle. Why would someone who was trying to kill the gods want to be able to get more Estus? I mean, I guess it's a useful skill, but... I don't know, it just kind of sounds weird. I think that was just already there, or something. I don't know how that got there exactly. Maybe in the first age of the Undead, it ended up there somehow. Oh yeah, that's another thing we never went into. That the Undead thing probably already happened. Like, before Gwyn kindled the first flame... there was probably, like, another age of undead, and anyway, I'm going off track. This occult group tried to kill the gods, they made the dark weapons, which the gods feared. Havel might have been part of it, because he really hated Seath, and he hated sorcerers. A man after my own heart, I'm sure. Lost my train of thought again. Okay, yeah, and we didn't mention that, but I think that Pinwheel was just like a cult guy. Because those other guys downstairs... Oh, their families burned too. No. Seems a bit more like they were all the members of the same cult, but this guy was just hanging out up here doing experiments, like he was the leader or something. And there's also Paladin Leroy, whose gear I have, who was a cleric. Probably a sworn enemy of the occult, who was down there looking for goons to fight. Which ended up doing him in. You can go find his set somewhere down there. He was just down there looking for goons, cruising for bruising, I think. And he got himself murked. 'Cause he was a little bitty babby. I mean, he did die in 1 hit. Maybe 2. Gotta finish that thought. Paladin Leroy was fighting the occult, blah 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 blah. Okay. Now Solaire. The director Miyazaki himself has often said that this was the good ending, because Solaire has found what he's looking for. In theory. Well, he thinks he's found it. His quest is at an end.
I have found it. I have. My very own son. I am the son. I've done it. I have. Yes, I did.
At least this way, his quest comes to an end. He's obviously in pain, and he probably doesn't have control over his own thoughts. But he has finished his quest. But the other way you could do it, if you save him, he's just really depressed. And he goes off to kindle the first flame. And you can summon him to help you fight Gwyn, and that's it. He goes off and he kindles the first flame, continues the Age of Fire. But he has not finished his quest. He has not found his meaning. He has not found his son. This way he has finished his quest. He is at an end. Sure, he's lost his mind, but at least he's done. And that is why this is referred to as his happy ending. Most people refer to it as saving him or letting him or getting this ending. I don't know what they call this ending. The other one is saving him. And I really think that this is the ending where you save him. Time to fight like jolly gentlemen.
Oh, it's over. My son is setting. It's dark. So dark.
And thus, our old friend is gone. Now, Solaire's sun could be construed as several different things. Oh, I did reference Solaire's armor earlier, so let me just give you guys a look. Let's just scroll on down. Oh wait, it's right here. Okay. You only need to look at these two. Armor of the Sun, Armor of Solaire of Astora, Knight of Sunlight. The large holy symbol of the sun, while powerless, was painted by Solaire himself. Solaire's incredible prowess must have come from his rigorous training alone, for his equipment exhibits no special traits. And then this one just says, of high quality but lacking any particular powers. Yeah, this guy was a self-made warrior, and he was out looking for his own son. His sword says something similar, let me find it. No, it's not with the great sword. It's up here. It's up here. What? No, the Sword of Sunlight. It's up here. Yeah, Sunlight Talisman. Medium for casting miracles of the gods. The Talisman of Solaire of Astora, the Knight of Sunlight, is decorated with a holy symbol, illustrated by Solaire himself. This talisman is the projection of Solaire's upstanding, unwavering faith. Let's see, where the hell is his sword? I don't want to ruin this, like, deep, thoughtful moment here, but I can't find his sword for the life of me. Oh, there it is, Sunlight Straight Sword. This standard longsword, belonging to Solaire of Astora, is of high quality, is well forged, and has been kept in good repair. Easy to use and dependable, but unlikely to live up to his grandois name. It's a pretty good weapon for starting out. Like, if you kill him right at the beginning, which I wouldn't do, other than in the playthrough where I was just mad. Oh yeah, another way to save him, quote-unquote, is by killing this. Before before you meet him at the bonfire. Oh yeah. Need to look at the Sunlight Maggot real quick before I move on. Yeah, you can read that if you want. You can pause and read that, but I'm looking for something in particular. Here it is. A loathsome parasite that inhabits Lost Isolith. It is completely immobile, yet still lives. When worn on the head, it emanates blinding light, which is why it is known as a Sunlight Maggot. That's also good for if you're on New Game Plus and you want to do the Tomb of the Giants, or for if you went through Lost Isolith first. Anyway, one of these found him, blah 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 blah. Back on track. Solaire was a self-made, powerful warrior. And he only was able to use lightning bolts because of the strength of his own faith. And you can summon him for most bosses in the game. Which is why he's pretty helpful. Well, I think half, at least. He is a helpful, upstanding fellow, and he is strong as hell. Like, someone actually joked, I want to know what exercise you have to do, what machine you do at the gym to let you throw lightning bolts. Because it inferred that most of his strength was just because of himself and not, like, any special power. Like, he's not a real paladin, he's just a guy who's out here finding his own way. And what he's looking for is his reason to go on his sunlight, his path, his meaning. And to him, it doesn't seem like he's found it. And the problem with... I'm gonna just... Oh, there's Sigmar. And the essential problem with that is that he's a strong guy. He is upstanding. He helps us out. But he doesn't know if that's because of his religion, or if it's his own. So he's out here looking for his reason, and he never finds it. In his good end, he never finishes his quest. Well, quote-unquote good end. Like I said, I think the other one's probably the good end. But, yeah, that's why I like Solaire, not because of some dumb sunbro bullcrap. Like, I'm pretty sure Tyler likes him because of the same reason, like, because he likes the character. And it's also why I like Sigmar, because they've got both very good stories, and I want to tie them up right here. God damn it, Sigmar, you... It's only been, like... How long has it been? How long has it been since I talked to you? It's been 20 minutes! How the hell did you fall asleep over here?
Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the warmth. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat. You know, I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come.
Now what he's saying is that he's finally going to prove that he's the hero he wants to be. That he's the man who does all the saving. And let's see what happens about that.
Friend, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush those dire fiends, and you can slip away in the confusion. Please, friend. I owe you much more than this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow.
Because I don't have any ranged weapons, he's probably not going to survive this.
Come on! Over here, you fiends!
But, I don't know, my weapon's pretty... Oh shit, he's got too little health.
I am Sigmire of Katarina, and you shall feel my wrath!
They died before he could even finish his speech. Okay, now let's see if he's made it. Let's see if he's good. I'm really worried about him. I hope he's doing well. What?
Why, you... Didn't you get away? Well, you saved me, once again. Dear me, what can I say? I have failed you. My dear little...
No. He has succumbed to his wounds. And that is the end of Sigmire of Katarina. That is the end that he got. He died trying to save me. What else could I ask of him? That is how Sigmire went. He died a warrior. He died a fighter. But he saved. Oh shit, I lost my train of thought. He died trying to save me, for me to get away. I think it may have been better if I just left him here to fight them on his own. But yeah, he died because I didn't have any ranged weapons, so maybe I should have equipped a bow or something before I came down here. And weakened all the enemies before we went down to fight him. As you can see, he was a tough guy. He did about as much damage to them as I did. And I'm, like I said, way over-leveled for this area. But he is gone. That is where his story ends. Unfortunately, we will not be getting the ending I want for him, and that is death. I thought that was a thing, but that is death. There's nothing more we want in Lost Isolith anyway. Down to the final area of the game. Not the kiln of the first flame. Ash Lake. Second to final area for me.